Oh, sorry. That's for a Democrat show.
Let me know when you're ready.
No matter what the technical difficulty is, this man is a professional. He goes all the way.
What you represent to them is freedom.
Was an extremely great conservative commentator. We're tearing it up on Wednesday night. This is awesome. This
will allow me to retort.
Well, this is Jersey Joe for the Reverb Common Sense Show. 8 p.m. on shrmedia.com.
Actually, I just totally screwed up. This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome to the Southside Mutts show, where I got a juvenile host, the Jersey Boys. Myself, Jersey Joe, and Crash. We are digging up the dirt on the news. The Southside Mutts show is every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. till 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember to join the live chat. Go to shrmedia.com and just click on the chat room button and listen to a lot of banging. You rebuilding a house there?
Shut up.
I like that dead silence. Ooh, me? Huh? So what's up, Crash? Hello?
Nothing.
I'm going to beat you. I am going to absolutely beat you tonight. Are you actually going to talk, or are you just going to sit there?
Wait, you're going to beat me? You and what Walker? You going to come after me with the cane?
Michelle.
I'm going to get you, little kitties.
What? Oh, shit. Touche. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was pretty good.
For some reason, it popped in my head when you said that. I was like, oh, I know I'm going to get him.
Oh, I'm so not going to comment about a head popping with her.
Let's just...
Not even going to go there.
Yeah. So...
This is a family show.
Yeah. How was your week? I should ask, how was your day?
Let's see. Week sucked. Past few weeks have sucked. Today sucked. You know, the normal.
Well...
I live in New Jersey. What do you expect? Come on.
Well, what?
On the plus, but there is a plus side. I do not have an HOA.
Oh.
So I do have that going for me.
Oh.
Oh, by the way, some of your rants online are gaining traction. I've already gotten 2 phone calls today about them.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll fill you in on that later. But, yeah, no, I've already had a couple of people call. Is he okay? What's going on with Joe? What's this all about?
Dude,
so I gave him the rundown.
It's pissed me off and really wore me down. And then for the worker that we have that's normal to come out and outright lie about it to cover up is just amazing. So actually, we're going to talk about this just for a minute. We'll get off the subject. Remember I told you how the manager said that they responded about the privacy matter that I brought up because they thought they were emailing one of my neighbors when they were emailing me and said, don't worry, he's behind on payments. Or he's behind on his HOA. Right. Well, their response is that's not private information as long as they don't give out the amount. Well, okay, they want to play that. I'm going to go to the meeting and I'm going to request a list of all people that are behind.
Anybody that's delinquent.
Not the amounts.
Anybody that's delinquent.
I want to know anybody that's delinquent.
Yeah. Yep,
and if they won't...
Just the status. That's it.
Yep.
You're only requesting the status. And based on their and you got that in writing, so you can take that and shove it down their throats. Nicely played, sir. Very nicely played.
I got a little depressed and down in the dumps, yes, but it's now I'm starting to get to the point where I'm pissed.
Starting to get to the point where you're pissed?
Oh, no, it's really, I'm getting to one of those points where that usually not good things happen.
Yeah, when the super glue comes out.
Yes.
On the plus side, you still have a sacrificial shirt, so you're good. We are so not going to use that story on the air. Anyway, okay, so let's actually get into something that's fun. Okay, we were talking earlier today about what was it? Was it Mike Rowe?
Yeah.
Am I getting his name right?
Yeah.
About the whole, it's your duty to vote.
Well, he said
it's
to that. Yeah.
Well, it was his response to the whole "it's your duty to vote." It's your responsibility.
Well, we'll discuss it real quick. I'm not going to give it an exact quote. He basically said all these actors. He was questioned why he isn't pushing for everybody to go out and vote. His response was the same reason why he doesn't suggest everybody go buy AR-15. He doesn't know everybody. It's not part of the American Constitution and rights. Is you have a right not to vote if you don't want to. And he agrees. Maybe some people shouldn't be voting. They have the right to, but doesn't mean you should. All right, go ahead.
Wow, my connection just went to shit.
Can you hear me now?
You still there?
Yeah.
Hello?
Uh-oh. NSA. Damn NSA. Good old NSA hacking us. I always blame the NSA. Hey, NSA at it again, and I see.
Okay, that's better. Okay, yeah. So, all right. So you just did the thing filling them in on the Roe letter, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So this afternoon, at some point, one of the illustrious representatives of the fine state of New Jersey.
You were able to say that without laughing? I'm impressed.
I had to. Honestly, I'm trying not to puke, okay?
Yeah.
You gotta give me a second here.
Actually, I gotta interrupt. I find it kind of funny. A new Trump ad has an actress. She's up there to talk about how honorable and how great Hillary is, and she stops and she's like, I can't do it. They're like, no, just say the line. She's like, I'm not that good of an actress. I can't lie like that. It's cute. All right, go ahead.
Oh, God, I gotta see that. Anyway, okay, so, all right, so this representative from New Jersey, Cory Booker, who tends to try to make a name for himself, and then he falls out of the limelight, usually because he does something stupid and asinine. He's already pretty much declared himself a candidate at certain points for, like, governor, for different political positions. I mean, he's a god in his own mind. Well, he did essentially a public service announcement that it is your patriotic, get this, your patriotic duty to vote in the presidential election in November. If you do not vote, you are not a U.S. patriot.
What about on off years?
You are not for your country. You're not a patriot of this great nation if you do not vote. So let me get this straight, Mr. Booker. And in case there's any question about this, Democratic Party.
Well, real quick, what about the off years when it's only pretty much the Senate? You're not un-American if you don't vote during that time period?
Well, hold on. I got two things for this because I looked into it a little bit more, and there was actually somebody that called in to the radio station, and I'm not going to be able to give her complete credit because I don't know her name, but I'm definitely going to say this is what she said because it was beautiful. But in any case, So it is his position as a representative and of his party and of the people, according to him, that it is if you do not vote, it is unpatriotic. However, to sit on your lazy, fat, overpaid ass during a flag salute or the national anthem, or when there's goddamn U.S. military service members or vets of our armed forces on the field paying tribute, and you're going to sit there in protest, that's patriotic. So that's okay to do. But if I say that this election's rigged, it's bullshit, and fuck you, my protest is to not vote, now all of a sudden I'm not a patriot. Really, Mr. Booker, that is your stance. Okay. So then I'm going to go to what this young lady from New Jersey called in about. Essentially, similar. She didn't, do the whole kipper dick stance that I just did. But what she asked was, okay, so it's unpatriotic if I don't vote. Well, let's go back in his track record. How many votes on the floor did he abstain from? How many times did he not show up to a vote because he didn't want his name listed one way or the other because it might hurt his standing? What about she brought up, she's like, what about the people that didn't vote in the primaries? We had the lowest turnout in this state for the primaries that we've had in a long-ass time. How come he wasn't attacking the people for the primaries? How come he's not attacking people for the off-year elections, like you just said, for Senate or for reps or for anything else? She said, no, it's only for this one election. Gee, wonder why they have to beat the bushes so hard to get people to show up to vote.
Well, part of it is the Democrats.
Why.
The Democrats are expecting a very low turnout. They know Hillary's not a high energy candidate, and a lot of people aren't up on it. So they're trying
energy?
Yeah.
Honestly, the only way she would win this election, there is only one way she would win this election. I take that back two ways. You either need to push the election up to be held on October 31st, because who doesn't vote for a bitch? I mean, a witch. Who doesn't vote for a witch on Halloween? They always win.
Broomstick one.
Or two, hold it until April Fool's Day, because everybody will just think everybody will do it as a goddamn joke.
No, there's a third way.
There's only two ways.
A third way.
There's another way?
Yeah.
There's other ways. Okay, this ought to be good. Okay, go ahead.
And it's the same thing, according to the WikiLeaks emails, that Hillary Clinton campaign felt that they were going to get ripped off again in 2016 by Obama-style voter fraud in 2008. So she can win by using Obama-style voter fraud to quote Hillary's campaign.
So the fraud that was used against her was inappropriate, but her using the exact same tactic against Trump is completely appropriate. Yeah, that sounds like a valid tactic coming from that side of the aisle.
I mean, but tell me I'm wrong on that.
You're not.
I
haven't looked at any. Honestly, I have not looked into any of the WikiLeaks documents, so I really can't comment other than if you bring something up, I can.
Well, it's funny how they cry that they sit there and say it's a myth when Republicans bring up about voter fraud and all that. But Hillary campaign gets to bring up and say that there was voter fraud because she lost. And she specifically in these emails call it the Obama-style voter fraud.
Mm-hmm. I'm not surprised. With her, everything is two-way. I mean, she does whatever the hell it is she wants to do. I mean, she has made it. Honestly, what's going to end up losing her the election, what's losing her everything, is the fact that it doesn't matter whether you are a Democrat or a Republican. Both sides are getting fed up with the system.
Yeah.
They're getting fed up with this corrupt bullshit. That's what a lot of people are actually voting on. And you and I said it a while ago. Having Trump, just the fact that he ran, breathed a lot of new life into this, because it was like, holy crap, it's somebody from non-establishment holy crap, non-establishment is gaining. He's getting steam. He's getting headway. He's accomplishing something. Wait, that's not supposed to happen. And it pissed off a lot of people because everybody, I mean, pretty much up until that happened, it was essentially accepted that you did your time, you did all these lower things, you essentially just ran for public offices nonstop, and eventually, if you kissed the right ass, sucked the right dick, bent over at the right times, you would get to DC at various levels. And that's being exposed. Yeah. And she really exposed herself with all the stuff with Benghazi and with her husband. I mean, she's been getting called out left, right, and center on the double standard when it came to Bill and the Lewinsky thing and the perjury and a lot of the other crap. I mean, she is literally waving it in the American public's face that
what did Bill Clinton?
Are two sets of rules. There are rules for you, and there's rules for me. There's rules for the elite. I don't have to follow your rules. I'm going to do whatever the hell it is I want. You will sit there, you will shut up, and you will do what I tell you to do, and that's all there is to it. Because you will bow down and you will worship me.
Bow down to
And
Zod.
You know what? Like I said, I said it earlier today. You know what? That dog will sit there with the tail between the legs, slightly whining, while you smack him. Only for so long. Eventually, you're going to get tired of it. Going to turn around, going to freaking kick your ass. Guess what? I think it's already been proven a couple of times. The American citizens are essentially that. And they're starting to wake up. They're starting to wake up a lot more, and I think, quite frankly, it's scaring the shit out of the establishment.
Oh, it is. It has them really, really scared.
Look at what's going on in the news. It's scaring the crap out of them. Anything on the left side is, well, that's peaceful protest, that's okay, this is blah, 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 blah. But as soon as anybody starts bringing up, this is a constitutional right, this is the way we used to do it, this is tradition. Oh, you're an extremist. Oh, wait, we need to put you on a list. Wait, do we have a list?
Oh, wait a minute,
No,
you're speaking against us.
Well,
that's hate speech. That's hate speech. You're speaking differently. That's hate speech.
I should have gone with hate speech. Yeah,
they do it all. I mean, they go all.
He says mean things. He says mean things. He hurt my feelings. This is a safe zone. Go away.
Yeah, this is a safe zone. We can't be confrontational. You're being confrontational by telling me this is a safe zone. That's being confrontational.
And see, that's the irony. That's the irony. They don't get that. Is by them attack. I mean, I make a statement and they attack me because I made a statement that they didn't like. They're saying I'm attacking them. It's like, no, I really wasn't. Now, actually, you're attacking me. If anything, we're on equal footing. But hold on.
It's exactly getting to that point. It's really getting ridiculous because you say anything to them anymore, and it gets blown out of proportion. But when you use their own logic against them, no, that's not right. It's you back?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead with your point. Yeah, go ahead with your point.
What point?
Well, we're talking about the. Oh, you dick! You just.
What am I talking about?
You being serious or you're effing with me?
No, honestly, I don't remember. I got distracted.
What did your wife do? Show you boobies? That distracts me when your wife shows me her boobies.
Yeah, that's not the only thing that distracts you that my wife does. You want to go over that story on the air?
What, when she need me in the nuts?
Dude, she didn't need you. She crushed them.
Yeah, she crushed them.
Your fault for asking for...
No, she offered. She offered it. Don't twist that story. Anybody want a lap dance? Yeah, I'll take one.
She offered... Oh, no. She offered you were like a kid in a freaking candy store, jumping up and down.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
we were talking about the safe zones.
Hold on. Let me just set the record straight. So you got a lap dance, you got your nuts crushed. I get them constantly, and I get my nuts off. So, I guess sometimes waiting is the better thing. I know she's still waiting for an orgasm. We'll get there. Anyway, safe zone. Did you hang up on me?
No, I'm still here. I'm just...
Oh. I heard a click. I'm like, did he really just hang up on me?
Oh, we've done that to each other before. Just to be dicks.
Oh, God. We've had entire conversations where we spent more time hanging up on the other person than actually talking. And ironically enough, we still actually had a conversation. That's the weird thing. Yeah. Yeah, I was making fun of the safe zones. Yeah, that's the funny thing is, look at who's the aggressor. And a lot of these, there's even been colleges. There was one that did it this year. They did a wall. It was supposed to be I can't remember what they called it, but it was you could write whatever you wanted on the wall. It was a free speech wall, I think is what they called it. And it got such attention that they ended up having to build a second side to it. They had to build the back side up because it got filled so quickly. Somebody wrote on there, away with Obama or something like that. Not an actual threat or anything, but just their dislike for Obama. It got reported by a teacher who said that's inappropriate, that can't be here. The security or the police or whatever for the campus came out and said, well, we've gotten a report about this, and you're going to have to remove it. And they said, no, it's a free speech wall. That's allowed. That's what this is all about. People might get offended, but it's what it's about. Well, that doesn't matter. It's violating, and quoted some bullshit that didn't exist, and said that they had two options. They could either demolish the wall, or they could censor what's being written on the wall so that nobody feels like their feelings got hurt by it.
Well, my feelings are hurt.
They essentially, the funny thing is, they said, we're not going to do it. Somebody went over with a pocket knife and cut that section of the wall out. Literally, just removed it. So they said, okay. So they put a new piece of paper up and stuff. There was a blank section on the wall, and somebody walked up to it and said, guess what? Obama still sucks.
Obama sucks. He really, really sucks. Whoa.
It's completely this has gotten so ridiculous. We've gotten so politically correct. We don't want to offend anybody. We're offending everybody.
Well, we're going to go to offensive. We're going to go to offensive.
The funny thing is, everybody keeps bringing up
offensive.
This is how healthy discussions are started.
What
discussion?
Yeah. And then when you have the discussion, they silence you.
It's a discussion if it goes both ways. It's a discussion if you say something and I say something. It's not a discussion if as soon as I say something you don't agree with, you start yelling, screaming, throwing a temper tantrum, and calling me names. That's not a discussion. That's called being a Democrat at this point.
Yeah. It's always the gun control. We want to have a discussion. I'm pro-guns. You're blocked. You're a madman. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, they keep saying
let's talk about this discussion thing. Let's talk about the discussion thing in offensive.
Okay.
So, Trump said mean things about women. He was offensive because in a man-on-man conversation.
Wait. Hold on. What mean thing did he say about women?
The locker room talk that he's going to you grab a woman by a pussy.
That was mean?
Well, hang on. I've had the same thing. A woman say she's going to grab me by my cock and drag me outside the bar and fuck me against my will. Everybody laughed at that. They thought that was funny, a woman saying that. But hang on. Let me get to the point because I actually got...
Honestly, I was just going to ask you for her phone number.
You want... that girl's phone number. No, you wouldn't want it. Trust me. No.
Chlamydia?
Oh, I don't know what she... It would be probably easier to explain what she didn't have.
Kind of like the laws Clinton didn't break is a smaller list.
Right. So I want people to go, not trying to do a shameless plug, but go to Reaver.one, and I want you to click on the Obama shows off his erection to female reporter. There's video of it. From 2008. He's standing in front of the plane with his one leg cocked to the side, up on an armchair, with a fucking hard-on, in front of a female reporter, right up in her face to the point she has to get up and walk away. These are the same reporters that are attacking Trump. This video was hidden.
Are you serious?
Dude, go there. You could see. There's a video of it.
I don't know if I can do it off my phone. I don't know if I can do it on my phone while I'm on the air. I gotta try.
It's disgusting. And when you go to my page, pay attention because for the articles, you have like a preview picture. And click on that picture if you can. I might have to put it into the actual article because you can actually see the bulge in his pant. Because someone was like, I don't see nothing. Well, you're not. Well, I hate to put it this way. I was like, you're not really looking, are you? Because it's very, very evident.
Well, either that or, hey, that's what Michelle says.
Well, somebody else was like, yeah, maybe that's the problem. Here, I'm going to adjust it.
Okay. All right, Obama. Dude, you've got to be kidding me.
Where were they offended? And I just updated it because I actually circled a still frame. I know it sounds perverted, but
at the site. Dude, wait, hold on. She giggled at the. Oh, damn. I mean, at least freaking Clinton got his dick sucked. Obama got laughed at.
And he's on the phone, and like this is nonchalant. He's on a plane with a bunch of reporters, and he's got this raging hard on. What kind of pervert has that, like, in that atmosphere?
I'm having trouble getting my phone to multitask, so I'll have to actually watch the video later, but I saw the picture. That's comical.
But where was the outrage back then? These are literally the same CNN reporters that are doing 24-hour coverage on Trump saying bad things. He said the word pussy. That's offensive.
All right, hey. Hey, I'm cutting out again. I'm going to call you back in 30 seconds.
Yep. I'm not trying to do this as a shameless plug, but go there and look at the video. It is Obama. And he is being a disgusting pig shoving his crotch. I was going to let that song play for a minute, but I figured you would hang up thinking it didn't go through.
You there?
Yeah. Did you not hear me?
Hello?
Shit. Can you hear me now?
What the fuck is going on?
NSA is really... That's what it is. Having stuff from the Obama plane, so NSA is blocking us. I mean, I hate putting stuff up like that. That's... I'm not trying to say it's... I wouldn't give a shit about stuff like that. Can you hear me now? Hey. Damn. Is it my phone? Huh. All right, we're gonna take a break. This is Southside Mutts right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio. We will be right back. You've been listening to the
listening to the SHR Media Network. Now, at Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our Gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. And we also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying cow for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutts Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reverbcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reverb Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reverb of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. Welcome back to the Southside Mutts Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash. We're digging up the dirt on the news. We were just discussing. CNN did a little round robin with a bunch of women, and how many of you women were for Trump? And they all raised their hand. They're like, every one of you. They're like, yes. Well, how many of you are not supporting him now because of one thing he said? None of them raised their hand, and you just seen the dejection in it. Now, the best thing is today I had some kids decide to rip out my Trump sign. Well, I called them before they. Are you
kidding me?
Well, they see me walk into my house. The kid immediately takes off running, and I see him, and I go outside, and he turns around, takes off running. I'm like, are you that freaking idiot? So the thing is, they don't like Trump because he says mean things. Well, as the one boy was telling the girl to lick his shitty ass. So the liberal was degrading a woman, and they don't like Trump because he says mean things.
Oh my God. Dude, I keep saying it. If nothing else, this election is going to be entertaining. It's the people coming out. I mean, in all honesty, it's just...
this is showing the true side of the liberals.
Well, but you know what? Honestly, I think that's a goddamn good thing.
Oh, it is.
I think it's about time that people stopped hiding behind these goddamn masks and actually showed who the F they really are.
It's showing who these people really are.
Most people, here's the sad thing, is it used to be, you used to be taught, don't take things at face value. Look deeper. Yes, first impressions do mean a lot. However, you can be partially off. I mean, you got to look at what the true, I can't think of the word. Not value, but the true spirit or the true person is underneath whatever the situation is. I mean, a very nice person can be driven to do bad things, and a very bad person can do very nice things.
Yeah.
I mean, it can go both ways. But it used to be that you taught kids to look at the whole situation. And now here's the screwed up thing. Here's the thing that I find truly funny is we're essentially telling our kids now, and we're telling the youth now, that if it's like Trump, well, you're supposed to take it at face value. I mean, absolutely. It's at face value. I mean, he said this, so that must be all there is to it. Okay? Oh, you have to take it at face value. That cop shot that guy, and that's what happened. That's all that happened. There's nothing else to it. You have to take it at face value. Oh, yeah. Well, that kid got shot by that cop. Well, yeah, I know that he was pointing a gun at him, and I know he was breaking, but that doesn't matter. None of that matters. He was a good boy. He went
if he
to
was a
school
good boy,
sometimes.
he wouldn't be pointing
he
a gun.
Did this. But that's the problem, is essentially they're teaching everybody that on the one side, you're supposed to look past everything on the surface and dig deep because it suits them. But on the other side, nope, you're gonna take a Photoshop of 0.3 seconds of an incident, and that's all that matters. Nothing leading up to, not putting it in context, and nothing afterwards. I mean, that was one of the big things that even came out. What was it? That gentleman that was supposedly waiting for his kid and got shot by the cops.
Oh yeah, and oh my God,
And,
North Carolina.
The one part, well, the funny thing was the part of the video that didn't get any airtime. I only saw it once. Was the fact that right after he went down, the cops were yelling, "Get a kit! Get me a kit! Get rescue! Get
but
this,
wait a minute.
Get that!" They were
what about the wife's
they
video?
Shot him, but they were.
What about the wife's video where she was screaming, "Honey, don't do it! Put it down! Put it down! Don't do it!" She was yelling at her husband.
Oh, I know. But it depends on who aired it. They either try to direct you towards it was she was yelling "honey, honey, honey" to him, but the don't do it" was to the cops. And then the other version I heard was she was telling him to drop the book.
Yeah.
It was the book that was the problem.
What I find funny also, it's racist. So the black cop and the black chief are covering up for what?
Okay, you know what? Here, I want to get on the lighter side of the police issue.
Did you just say the lighter or the lighter?
Lighter.
Oh,
L-I-G-H.
I was like, Jesus, you racist bastard.
You racist prick.
No, you're the one that said whiter. Damn it.
No, I said lighter. Although technically, I guess that could be taken the same way. Any case, damn, I think it was the Massachusetts or Maine, or it was one of it was. I can't remember which state it was, but I want to say it was one of the one of the New England states. The state police released a video, like a public service video, about this whole clown scare thing.
Okay.
I know everybody knows about that. You know about that, right?
Oh, yeah.
You
We
know,
had one
stupid
call
crap.
up to school and make death threats against the kids.
Honestly, what I've been getting a kick out of is some of the videos that are showing these pranksters getting their asses handed to them because instead of the person running away scared, they freaking break the guy's nose.
Some girl
And
did that
then
recently,
screaming,
pulled a gun out.
Hey, it was a prank. It was a prank. No, you fucking jump up on somebody like that. I mean, what are you supposed to think? I'm sorry, you do that to me. You're going to be lucky if you're freaking walking afterwards. But anyway, so the cops, state troopers do this video, and it was pretty entertaining. Essentially, the cop shows up, and, you got the crying kid, you got the mom consoling the kid, he asks what happened. Oh, this guy came out of the woods, and he tried to entice my kid into the woods, and he was dressed like this. And never said clown, just said, dressed in overalls and a denim shirt or some crap like that. And the cop says, okay, I'll look into it, I'll take care of it, I'll find out what's going on. So he finds the guy dressed like a clown, asks him, what's going on? Did you do this? And he goes, yeah, I did. What if I did? What the fuck you gonna do about it? There's nothing you gonna do about it. You and what army? Well, then clown music starts. The back door to the SUV opens up. Cop. 20 cops file out of the damn thing like a clown car, surround the guy, and the cop just looks at him. Me? I'm not going to do anything about it, but we're going to do something about it.
Oh my God.
So the clown just puts his hands up in the air. Is this good enough, officer? And then it goes to the chief, and he says, essentially, this is a problem. People are pulling these pranks. Some of them have become serious. We're not clowning around with this. If you act like this, that's what the cop said. He's like, we're not clowning around about this. This is inappropriate. If you are even making if you're making a threatening gesture, whether it's joking or not, it is still a crime, and we will still come after you. If you want to act like a clown, we will treat you like one.
Now, some
Please
of the
be
people,
safe this holiday season. And dude, I was laughing my ass off. I'm like, okay, that's fucking good. Like, now, why is that not getting national attention?
I know.
Why is that not getting traction?
I
gotta find that. I gotta send that to you. I gotta blast that like all over Facebook and wherever else because that was good. I liked that. I thought, like, you know what? That gave me a chuckle. I mean, like I said, some idiot tries to pull that clown stunt on me. It's not going to end well for them.
Well, the thing is, the way it started, it was childish, it was stupid, and it was just people, they would walk out of the woods in a clown outfit and then just walk back. They weren't threatening anybody. They were scaring the shit out of people. It's not right, but they weren't breaking the law technically. And then some people stepped it up and
that's the problem. And honestly, that's the problem with all this shit is it takes one or two assholes to ruin it for everybody. I mean, Halloween, I remember as a kid, it was a time of pranks. It was a time of jokes. It was when that shit happened. People dressed up as aliens or clowns or whatever they thought they could spook you with, and they'd pop out from behind a house. But it was always done, I mean, at least the way I remember it, was they did it to scare, but at the same time, there was always that buffer difference. There was always that buffer distance. I mean, you remember they didn't wait until you were right on top of them. It was like you were 10 feet away. It's still enough to get a spook out of somebody. because that's what it was about. It was about the gag. And it's just honestly,
exactly.
I mean, I hate to put it this way, but you don't discipline kids, you don't treat them, you don't teach them right from wrong, and you tell them that no matter what they do, they're still good. No matter what they do, they didn't do anything wrong.
Okay, let's back it up. Let's back it up a little bit
Right.
because I can give an example. Today, with the kid that went in my yard to try to mess with the Trump sign. Well, the kids thought it was funny and everything, and they walked away. Well, I called the cops. You're messing with my property now. Well, a couple of the kids came back around the corner and sat like 4 houses away, and they thought it was funny. And one of the girls lived right there, and she came out, and she heard what was going on. She comes down and talks. She goes, "Can I talk to you for a minute?" I was like, "Sure." Because at first I thought I wasn't sure who it was, and I'm like, oh, shit, here we go, confrontation. She's like, "Can I please apologize for him?" She goes, "Would that make everything okay?" I said, "Listen, I'm not trying to be mean, but no, that won't make it okay." I said, if he comes down and apologizes, I have no problem, and I will call the cops and stop him from coming. She goes, "You called the cops?" I said, "Yes. He came onto my property and tried to destroy my property." I said, "This is my freedom of speech." She goes, "Yes, it is." I said, "I didn't say nothing when he was screaming Hillary, Hillary, Hillary. I don't care. That's his right." And she's like, "You are absolutely correct on this." I said, "I didn't want this hassle." They were high school kids. High school kids. He was in ROTC uniform.
Oh, well, okay. Well,
she turns around. She goes, "He's a troubled kid." But yeah, this girl, she's doing this, and she's like, "Listen, he's a troubled kid. He does this stupid shit." I said, "That's not an excuse, and if I let him get away with it without some repercussions," she goes, "And you're right." She goes, "It's not." She goes, "I'm just trying to help him out." I said, I appreciate that. I can respect you doing that. And I said, "Listen, thank you very much for trying to come over here. I do appreciate that." That showed a goodness in her. But it was like, because he's a troubled kid, I should give him a free pass. No.
Well, that was, that whole stolen valor issue I'm dealing with at my shop right now.
Well, we haven't discussed that on our show, so give the backstory.
What's that?
We haven't discussed that on this show, so.
Oh, yeah, okay. All right, so I'm dealing with, I got a guy at work. We hired him a few months back, and knew he'd been in trouble in the past, knew the probation issues, limitate, all the rest of that. And we took a shot on it anyway. I mean, essentially it was, look, you know what? You make mistakes. You need a chance. We're going to give it to you, okay? I mean, we had other candidates, I mean, we could have easily gone to somebody else. Yeah, the guy was more qualified, and that's essentially what we used. We used the fact that his resume was more qualified than everybody else's, and we weren't going to let the fact that he made some childish mistakes bar him from getting a fresh start. Well,
making you regret that, isn't it?
He's made sure ever since he started to let me know about. I don't know if I told you this part. I told you he was an EMT, correct?
You told me before.
Yeah, he was an EMT, but he's also he was attached to New Jersey Task Force 1. Because that's easy to do, if you remember correctly. What's up, kiddo? Very nice, sweetie. Okay. It's very cool. Get in the house, that skirt on.
Oh, that's a bad thing about doing some. God.
Uncle Joe. Okay, so he was attached to that. Let's see, he's a vet from Afghanistan. He suffers from PTSD. He blew out his eardrum due to an IED explosion. I mean, there's been various stories that have come out, little bits of details here and there. About the past month or so, I've gotten a bit suspicious because things just didn't add up. Yeah, I mean, mannerisms that I would expect from somebody weren't there. And when he would bring up a story and I would actually think about it for a second, it was, well, wait a second, you were here when this happened. No, that doesn't make sense. You would have been just getting out of high school at that point. So how would you have gotten through boot camp? oh, I was selected for airborne, and I worked with the SF, and that's when it really started. I was like, okay, usually when somebody starts pulling out the special forces cards, it usually raises a flag or two with anybody that's used to those circles. So I started poking around a little bit. Well, evidently I wasn't the only one poking. I had an article dropped on my desk last week, Stolen Valor.
Oh, you didn't tell me that part.
Oh, yeah. ABC, NBC, the Stolen Valor website. He's got a whole profile on there where he was arrested by a cop. Essentially, he was dressed in full fatigue with the tabs and everything else. He had some gear on him, and he was outside of one of our local military bases on, I think it was Memorial Day, a year ago. Well, a cop saw him walk in what the cop said was it looked like he was walking a perimeter. I saw he had a radio with him, so I thought maybe he was looking for somebody or looking for something, so I stopped to offer assistance. Once I saw who he was and saw the name tag on the name tape on his uniform, I recognized him. He was never in the military. I had arrested him a few years earlier for another infraction. He has no military service. And just looking at the uniform, and there was pictures of it, none of it adds up. The unit insignias, you can obviously tell he went to a surplus store, bought everything, and just tried to make it look good. He's obviously done some research. He does know some names, and he does some bases and locations, but it's very, very limited, his knowledge. Well, I gave him the benefit of the doubt. Okay, it's the news. The news can sometimes get shit wrong. Okay. I'll look into it further. I went to the state, went into the judicial system, court records, found the indictment, found the plea, pleaded he was found guilty of violating the Stolen Valor Act for impersonation of a active or retired military personnel. Yet he is still walking around my shop telling me everything that's going on. He actually came up to me the other day and told me that essentially he was stressed out and having a bad day and wanted to know what he could do about anxiety. Did I tell you this part?
Something about this.
Okay, well, so he was asking me that. I gave him a few pointers. He decided to educate me on how some of those procedures he was told not to do in EMT school because they don't work exactly the right way. And I was like, okay, based on what evidence? What are you quoting? Well, but if you do it like this, and then I was like, okay, and then what happens after that? Well, then it works. And that's the point you're getting to. I was like, let's put it this way. I've been through enough research cycles to where I was told, use a tourniquet, don't use a tourniquet, use a tourniquet, use a tourniquet, you go to jail too. God,
use
please
mask
use a fucking
pants.
Tourniquet.
Don't use mask pants.
Oh
mask
my God,
pants are good.
Pants.
They're bad.
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
mask pants.
I am for mask
forgot
pants
about
on
those.
one reason and one reason only.
Hip fracture.
No, they saved my father's life from his shooting.
How's that?
They saved his life, literally.
Okay.
They just got put on
well,
Hamilton's rigs in the early 80s. I think they just got it on like the week before.
I like them for bilateral leg fractures.
Yeah.
But in any case, so he's telling, we're going back and forth, and I already know the guy's a fraud. I'm already pissed. I'm already agitated. I don't want to listen to his bullshit. Well, I just told him, like, look, all right, look, if none of these tricks are going to work for you, if you're not going to talk to a doctor, if you're not going to go, try anything, then the only thing you can do is try to relax. You've got it. It's a mental thing. You've got to relax. You've got to put out. Well, it's just everything's so stressful. I was like, you're painting a wall. Painting a wall is stressful for you? Well, yeah, it can be because, I messed it up. I was like, okay, then you need to take a step back and relax while you're painting. It's not that difficult.
A process that is normally calming for everybody else is stressful for him.
Well, he decides to spout off at me in my office. Decided to lean on my desk, right in front of me and inform me that I have no idea what it is like to go through what he's been through. I don't know what it's like to wake up in the middle of the night with flashbacks. I don't know what it's like to watch people die and have to make life and death decisions. And I don't know what it's like to not sleep for days on end. So I very calmly, as I could, I stood up and I asked him, I'm sorry, have you been in my bedroom lately? Were you joining me and my wife in bed?
You did.
I did. Oh, I did.
All right, hurry up and wrap up because we're almost there. We got 2 minutes.
He turns around
Something
and he's
you're
like,
used to hearing.
no. I was like, yeah, you weren't there. So don't ever fucking tell me what the hell goes on in my goddamn household. Well, you don't know what it's like. I was like, I'll tell you what. Why don't you stop telling me I don't know what it's like, and I won't say something that I might end up regretting. Well, if you're going to say it, just say it. No, that's okay. I've got a job to do. I've got things that have to get handled. Why don't you go do whatever the fuck it is you do around here and get the fuck out of my goddamn office? I don't want to see you again right now. Get out. I haven't spoken to him since. And let's see. Operations shows up tomorrow, and I have to fill them on the week. So, yeah, I got printouts. I got transcripts. Essentially, this kid's not going to lose his job due to a fraudulent affidavit or due to the fact that he's a lying son of a bitch. It's due to the fact that I actually literally put down, I can't trust anything he says. And from a safety standpoint, no, I don't like it. This kid's going to end up losing his job just because he's got a big mouth and he wants to pretend he's something that he's not.
Yeah.
Don't steal valor from people that actually put their lives on the fucking line. And don't sit on your goddamn overpaid, fat, lazy ass during the anthem or the salute. I got words for that, too. And on that note, what else you got until closing?
That's
About
actually
30
it.
seconds?
We're not even. It's that time.
Yeah, so that was a good closing.
You've been listening to the Southside Mutts Show with the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash. We'll be back next week, same time, same channel, and I will be back.
Same time, same back channel.
I didn't want to get sued. I'll be back tomorrow for the Reverb Common Sense, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Go ahead. What were you saying?
I was just saying same bat time, same back channel. I had to get cheesy with it.
Yeah, we can get sued for. I mean, we can't sing Happy Birthday anymore. You get sued. It's copyrighted.
Are you serious?
Oh, you haven't heard about that? You can't sing Happy
You're
Birthday.
Gonna have to fill me in. You're going to have to fill me in on that one.
All right, everybody, have a good night.
What?
You've been listening to the Reverb Common Sense with its host, Jersey Joe. You can tune in every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on hppundit.com and shrmedia.com.